Hey guys, what's up? Give me just a moment and let me set up this to reflect the right thing. I changed what I'm going to be doing, so. Okay, that should be doing right now. I am going to be, you can see the bird that was right there in the bottom left hand corner. It'll be back up there again in a few minutes. It's a yellow bird, which is actually a sun conure, and we have a sun conure, and we used to have what is called a Nanday Conure, and they're a lot like the sun conures, but they're green instead of orange and yellow, and they have a black head, a bright blue chest, and then around their legs is red, and they're green everywhere else. Their tail feathers are green and like a bluish tint with a purple look in it and all of this. And that is what I'm going to try to do. I'm actually doing this as a present for my aunt because she really loved this one I done of the other one, which is this one here. And I want to do it so that it's almost this same exact pose, but opposite, so that they would be looking at each other. And I'm going to see if I can do that right. I'm not positive that I'm going to be able to do it properly, so hopefully I'll be able to. Let's see here. Let me get my chat window in the proper place so I can see everything. Alright, so it's going to, I want it to be like this, so I need to go over here and mark about here for the head, and then the body is on down to about here, and then the tail feathers I have on this one are about down to here. So that'll let me know that should about let me know where to do this set. Actually, that one needs to come down to about here. That's about right, and that's right. So let me erase this off now. This paper I'm using, this is a marker paper, and it's really hard to erase the pencil marks off of, so that is a problem that I will have. I'm going to use this as a reference as well, so I'm going to set it right here, and let's see here. Now, if I ever try to do this the way I'm doing it, I know I'm going to mess up on it, so let's see, the back of his head sort of just let me lay out these lines a little bit better. Alright, and let's see here. Let me measure this. His head is about, from the middle of it is about okay. So I'm just going to mark it about where I want it to be. And then it was on over here for the other part, I think. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I want him to have the back of his head over here on this side, so I'm going to start it about right here. And I'm going to go on and bring it on up around here. I really don't want to have this to where it is messing, or to where it's curving the wrong way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I need to bring this out a little bit more. I think that'll work. And then go on and bring it back down in here. And his beak, actually, this bird was named Rain, so it was a girl as well, a female bird. She was so much more aggressive than our other bird, Chico. I really miss her. She was really mean, where people had picked with her, and you know, they thought it was all in good fun and all, but they didn't realize it was kind of upsetting her, and we didn't know anything about birds when we first got her. We had a few parakeets before, but my uncle raised them and sold birds and stuff, so he knew about the stuff. So, but we ended up, we took her to a vet who told us the reason that she was being so mean was actually that more people had been, you know, picking with her and playing with her and all, and she didn't like it. So now, one thing I can definitely say for sure about the Nanday Conure is that their beak, oh my God, it's super sharp. And it's, to me, it's a lot sharper than the, it's more like a hook than the beak of the sun conure, which is a little bit weird, but alright, actually going to bring that down a little bit more and then swoop this up in here. I think I need it to be like that. Now I have to erase these marks really good, because when I go over it with marker, it will not, it won't cover the pencil up properly. So and if you're wondering what this paper is around it, this is just it's just wax paper, and it is I don't know what the hell it's called. I can't think this morning. Parchment paper. And if you are using markers, which I'm going to use on this, then if it bleeds through at all, it catches it on here. You can see it's bled through here a little bit. on the Scooby-Doo van I done, so that's why that's there. Alright, this does not look right to me yet. I'm going to have to cut it back in a little bit, I think. Again, I'm trying to mirror image this so that they'll be like they're looking at each other. And this is going to be a present for my aunt. So I decided I was going to frame both of them, and hopefully this one will turn out right and I can frame them both and give them to her. She loved this one here, so I mainly want to get the body shape laid out, and then I'll go back in and define it with the markers and all. But okay, so now I am going to make them on a different perch of some sort, so that will be different, but the body shape shouldn't be too different. Rain was she was a fat bird. I want to make sure I have that exactly where I want it. This is going to come up and back a little bit differently, I think. Like that, maybe. And cut this back around to where she's not quite so fat all over. I love this electric eraser when it has a battery that works. If the battery's not working properly, it sucks. If the battery is working properly, it's the best eraser I can use. And it will erase anything, pencil-wise, if it's working properly anyway. Now, Rain had extremely long tail feathers, so I guess I want to bring her regular feathers coming back out like this, like the other one is. Her tail feathers were as long as the rest of her body. So Let's see here. I don't know. That's a little bit big still. I think when I get right here, I want to cut it back like that. That's the thing, I think. Okay. I'm going to go on and cut this back in right here and have her tail feathers come on down here. I'm just going to do it like this, and then have them coming out like that. Let's do that though. This one I'm going to try to do a little bit different than this one is in more actual feathery. This one was a test and I think it turned out great, but I'm not sure if I am going to do the same exact marker method with this one or not. I think I need to move this out of the way, so I'm not planning to use it. So now, Nanday Conures have a really bright chest that is blue, whereas Sun Conures are yellow and orange all over pretty much. And when they're babies, they're actually green. But Nandays have this bright blue chest, and then everything else is green besides their head. And their head actually has a sort of a I'm going to change the way I'm doing that. They have this almost helmeted look to them. So okay. And then their feathers on their wings are actually a darker green than the feathers on their chest. It's a bright green like on their belly, and then on their back, and they're usually, it looks like on what I'm looking at on my references, most of them sort of are darker in this area here. And I remember Rain being like that. She was really dark right around in this area, and then she got brighter on her wings down here, and then actually right about here their wings change. They change to a black and a blue color. I'm going to throw some purple in there to help it match this one a little bit, I think, though. So the chest, all of my references that I'm looking at, the chest is sort of in a blue, like in this area from the neck to here. And I'm just going to sort of sketch this out so I know where I need to be putting my colors. Alright. And then they have these beautiful red legs. And I need to figure out how I want to actually put her legs in, what she's going to be standing on. I think I'd like to have something sort of like this, where it's on the front here, but on the back on this side. So let me decide where I want her legs to be. About like that. And they are sort of hidden. Their legs sort of look like they're just protruding instead of belonging there. It's like these big red stumps coming out. So it's pretty cool. All right. Okay. And then when they get down to the end where they have no feathers on it, they're just like the sun conures. They've got these talons almost. Now, these are parrots. Some people say that they are just parakeets, I think, but that they're like a parakeet style parrot or something, I think is what people say. But I've always had the bird vets tell me that they were actually just a parrot, and I think they said that they were not like a parakeet at all. I'm not sure. If anybody knows anything more than that about them, let me know. I really like the conures. They are loud though. That's one problem we had with them. Chico was really loud. Rain was extremely loud. So all right. Now what I'm going to do right here is start pulling some other stuff down into here. I don't want to go through and sketch out the whole area, but I would like to have it so that it's got the general idea, so I can go back and look at that. I think this is going to fit really well because Rain was quite a bit bigger than Chico, and I think this is going to really do that to make her look bigger. I do think I need to pull this out a little bit more and down though. Okay. Now I will put her feet on according to whatever I have her standing on. So let's see if I can sketch out something in a different method. We're going to foreshorten this quite a bit and then wrap it. I guess I'm going to wireframe build it to start with. I think this needs to be quite a bit bigger, actually. That hurt. Stabbed myself catching it before it would fall off the darn table. Alright. I actually don't like the way I have that there at all, so I should have put her legs, this one out and that one sort of back, but it's alright. I'll just figure out a way to wrap this differently. I need to find a reference of their feet. I think they have their outside toe is a long, and then they have like a thumb type thing, and then one that goes backwards as well. Yeah, that's how it is. So I'll put the nails on as I need to. That one might be just a little bit too big, but I think I'm going to go with it and maybe shorten it like that, but this one is actually much bigger than I had it, so now whatever they're on is gonna, whatever she's on is gonna be coming through like this, so have a little limb coming off, a little twig basically coming off here. And I'm actually going to cut this back up under her like I had said. I don't know, I might wrap this around, or I tell you what, I'm going to wrap it up this way. So it's not too close to that bottom. The only problem is I can't remember what markers I used for the other one. And I don't want to go to the edge, so I am going to stop about right there. And same thing over here. This needs to be out a little bit more. And let's see here. I'm going to pull it up a little bit closer maybe. Nah, I think that's good. Okay. Now, I had somebody ask me why the leaf on the other one looked like it was backwards or upside down or something. This one up here, and that's because it is backwards, and it's meant to actually meant to look like it's dropping down on this side, which I don't know if you can really see that or not, but I'm going to put a few more leaves on this one, I think. Maybe one here. Okay. Alright. And I'm going to have one more up here. I'm not sure what kind of tree they would be setting on. I do know that they're not supposed to eat certain things, but being a parrot, they can eat other things, and so I don't want to draw any type of fruit, which I was asked to do if I'd done another one. So I think Okay. Sorry about that. I don't think you heard it, but what in the world? I have a very odd pop-up on my computer. Okay. That was odd. So anyway. Yeah. I'm going to go on and I'm going to cut me on some music while I'm doing the rest of this, but I'm going to go on and finish sketching this out here in just a second. I just need to cut my sound to a certain level. Okay. Alright. I want to have another leaf coming out about right here. Okay. Now, I am going to sort of erase some of this if I can. I don't want it to be sticking out quite so far, but I have to do this in the reverse direction. That way, if it juts out, it's going to look like feathers. So, okay. Okay. I'm going to leave it like that, I believe. Let me put some sort of eye in here. Now, sun conures are really... They have, instead of their eye being like this, to where it's back, it's like that area around their eye. On all of them that I've seen, it's sort of like a... right up here at the thing almost. It seems to be more flat on the bottom and more of a shaped on the top, I guess is what I'm saying. Alright. Now, right here, it's even more different. It's more like a regular eye thing here, and then it's got this big old eye and alright. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is I went out since I'm done this last week, and I bought a white Prismacolor, and I am going to lay that down on that part of the eye. Okay, let me move some of this stuff out of the way. Alright. I need to get my piece of paper for testing. See if Tan 2 is the one I used. I believe it was EB2 actually. Nope, it was Tan 2. Let me try EB1. That might actually be better. Or Earth Brown, I should say. I don't think that one is actually... I don't know. Alright, let me put down more of this tan, and then I'm going to go over it and see how well the blue and the greens I have look on it. Unfortunately, I don't have any bright green, so I'm not exactly sure what color to use yet. Okay, that is dark green 3, and jade green. They go right on over it, that's no problem. What about dark green 2? Actually, those others might be better. Yeah, there we go. Dark green 2 is more the color of the bright colors, I believe. And then I have cool green 1. Let's see what that is. Okay, cool green 1 will be definitely be the colors for that. The dark greens, though, I think I'm going to go with dark green 2. That looks more like the actual color. And tan does look like the correct one. I don't know. I might go with the EB1 instead, just to make the bits under it a little bit lighter. I like to put down a light skin tone to make it actually look like there is something there, and then after the skin tone is down, go back and do the feathers over top. Okay. Make sure to get all of these the best that I can out of here. I'm actually going to hook this a little bit more. And I'm just refining the parts so I know what I am going to be coloring and all that. Oh. Alrighty. I think I got that. Just trying to be meticulous about this. Okay. Hello, how are you doing? Alright, so I'm definitely going to use that one. Let me put that one back up. Alright, I've got my greens and the base tone. Okay. I'm going to do the same eye color, I think, that I done for the other one. So let me go on and start with that. I think I'm going to start doing my marker projects to where everything that's in them is at least this big or something, so I don't have to do those little tiny curves. Okay. I know I'm going to darken this up, but I want to go on and lay down a base to be able to go back over and then build it up a little bit. That way when I get onto the next few layers, I can go back and put that white down in there the way I want to. Oops, I forgot to put it down in the right spot though. I guess I'm going to just put it on over the whole thing. Alright, there we go. Thank you for joining the stream. Feel free to chat all you want. I'll answer every time I look up. Okay. These are Spectrum Noir alcohol markers. They're like the Copic markers. They're just a lot cheaper. I got 72 of these for the price of 12 Copics. They were on sale half price at AC Moore when I bought them. I think I'm going to go on in and add the darker colors now. Go on with the black. I didn't realize, but the tip on this one is more like a a bullet than the others are more like a brush tip almost. It's kind of like a bullet brush, but this one is more of a fine bullet on the very tip. Okay. Alright, I think that's it for the black. I'll come back in with the darker colors now, or the darker grays. Okay. Alright, now I'll come back over that with some white once it's dry enough. I think I'm going to put some a little bit darker right in here though. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to start with a sort of a medium dark and to do the head. Still want some sort of base color for it, so sorry, I have something I have to look at. Okay. Alright. I don't know why it was telling me that. This is a Nanday Conure, so the heads are black. They're Down here will be green. It's dark green here, a lighter green, a black and blue here. This is a light green. Their tail feathers are green, blue, and purplish and black. Their legs are red, and their chest part here is blue. Right now I'm layering it in so that it gives it a little bit of a something like this one, to where it looks like there's different color feathers in different places and stuff. So if I miss a place, it'll have multiple layers up under it basically. Thank you. With each layer, I sort of get further and further apart with the placement of the colors too. I really miss this bird. She was mean as could be, but I miss her. I'm going to have to redo the T-Rex yell. Thank you, Bexta 1989, for following. I done that T-Rex roar with it was a cat's meow, and that's the first time I've heard it actually on here. It sounded better when I done it on the computer. I don't know why it sounds like that. I'm going to have to look into that, though. Huh. I think it's turning out a lot better than I thought it would, actually. I'm going to start trying to build a different feather pattern into it, I guess. Make it look like it's going at an angle downward instead. There we go. Okay. I think that I am done with the black almost. For that part anyway. She'll have black down in here as well, up under her tail feathers, I think. Alright. Okay, here it is. Alright, I'm going to put down a base coat before I do the other feathers, just to have something to go with. It makes it look better on the video too. At least it did with this one. I don't know that I want to put it where it's going to have blue though. Where it's green, I know I'm going to put it, but I don't think I'm going to put it down where it's blue. I might have another color I can use instead though. Right. Again, this color is just so I have a base up under the other colors if I miss something. That's actually the exact color she was, I think. This color really stinks for some reason. The others aren't that bad, but wow, that one is really bad. Alright. I want to see how this darker green looks over top of that. I don't know that I want to put too much of it in there, but I think it's going to blend pretty well with it actually. put it on part of it, because the bottom of the head is a little bit darker. I don't know if it was the shading or if it's the actual color difference or what, but it's a little bit darker there. I'm going to try to change this, let's see, my white balance to see if it actually picks up that green a little bit better. There we go. That's better. I'm not sure where conures are actually from. They are, I know they're a parrot, and I have read that they are like a parakeet parrot or something. I'm not exactly sure, but they're actually about the size of the artwork that I'm doing. So about the size of that pencil is how tall they are, and that's a new pencil. So, but I'm not exactly sure where they're from. I think they are actually a African parrot of some sort. All right. This one over here is called a sun conure, and this one is a Nanday. Now, this part of the wing was a lot darker on her. So I think I'm going to just put down the whole base layer of this green and try not to leave anything up under it. Okay. Right, I think that's the dark part done. Thank you. Kind of want to outline the feathers a little bit more on this one. The other one I didn't put any individual feathers on it. I just kind of was randomly putting down the colors to try to make it look like it, and it turned out better, I think, than it would have if I'd have tried to do this with that one. Alright, I think that part is done. Okay, I guess the belly is about the same color. One thing about these birds is they like to puff up real big. I don't know why. You tell them, you'll say they're a pretty bird or something like that, and they will always puff up really big and sort of act a little weird. They'll ruffle the feathers up on the back of their head if they want you to rub them on the head too. It's pretty cool. Now their bellies, you really can't see any type of individual feathers at all from what I remember on the Nandays. So I'm going to sort of do it like I did this one over here. Okay. Whew, now I have to figure out what I want to do with the blue. Okay. I'm going to put a blue-gray down. And then I'm going to go over it with a greenish blue. It's almost like a... I don't know if it's supposed to be blue turquoise or blue teal. But it's going to have hints of those in there. I think I might actually make that... No, that's going to be like a highlight color, I guess. And I am going to leave it to where I can pull the green up into it in certain areas too. Okay. Oops. Wrong one. No, that was the right one. This sort of pulls the green color back into it a little bit more too, I think. But I don't want this to be as predominant as the blue though, so I'm going very far apart with them. Alright, now Now let me pull the green back into it. Put a hint of the green every now and then in there, and okay. Okay. Well, those look about the same to me. I gotta let them dry and see what they end up looking like. All right. Come on, up, up. My dog loves to sit behind my back. Okay. We'll put 8 up, use 10, and dark red 3. Okay. I think I need a even darker red if I can get one. Oh, that's really dark. Let me try one other. Yeah, gonna have to go with that super dark one then. Alright, that should be it for the red. I have to find a picture of some tail feathers on one now, so Hopefully I can remember what they looked like. I think they're green up in this part, and as they get closer down here they turn black and blue. Same as these up here. Actually, I think I should probably go on and do the tree limb before I do the rest of the feathers here, or the feet. That way I can compensate if I go over. What colors was it I used though? Let's see here. That's my base. I think I used a golden brown with it. Yeah. And I think I might have used a tan. I know it wasn't that one. Alright, let's try it with these. Okay. not going anywhere, Tip. Lay back down. You gonna get down? Thank you for the follow. I have been drawing since I was like 2 years old or something. I just never really got into anything other than drawing comic books up until, I'd say, about 4 years ago. I started with some pictures of my mom's dogs in graphite, and ever since I've done that, I've sort of been fiddling with more realistic stuff. I actually do a lot of pastel work. I don't really do it on stream, but I've got a lot of things that I've done like that, beach scenes and things like that. And I make bookmarks, actually, and I'll draw or paint the bookmark, and then I'll laminate it, and I sell those. But so for pastel and that stuff, though, I've not been doing that but maybe 4 or 5 months now at the most. I don't remember exactly when it was I did start, but comic stuff I've been doing all my life, pretty much. Okay. Let's try that again. If you go to the stuff I have down there, or you can actually find those links below if you go to the section that say on the web. But I've got a lot of my stuff on DeviantArt, and I do like work in progress pictures most of the time on Instagram. You can pretty much find any of it on my Twitter or my Facebook, either one, if you want to see some of my other stuff. Also, I actually do YouTube videos, and that's what I really got into doing before I started doing streams of them. I was mainly doing the YouTube videos. I'm going to be getting a new rig sometime soon to where I can record with a camcorder and stream at the same time. I just have to build it so I can do my my YouTube videos of the artwork the same, without having to use the footage from the the stream, so it's not got my picture and all that extra stuff on it. As far as using markers, though, this is only my 1, 2, 3. This is my 5th picture with a marker. I started with a black and white or a gray tone one of a stuffed bunny. Then I done Goku, and then I done the Mystery Machine, this one, and now this one. So I'm really new to markers, actually. I like them better than trying to paint with acrylic, though. I'm horrible at painting with acrylic, and it upsets me. And I've never tried oil painting, but I've never actually tried painting with watercolors other than watercolor pencils. I stream at least once a week on Wednesdays. I'm trying to start streaming between 1 to 4 days a week, though. I'm going to try to be doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and do something different on each day. I'm mainly doing it to, put my artwork out there where people can see it. This will actually be my 3rd week of streaming. Yeah, if you go to my YouTube, look at Sully, or Monsters Incorporated Sully. That's my best that I've done digital so far. I love that one. But I do comics digitally. I'll first draw them out on paper, and then I do them digitally. I use Sketchbook Pro, and since I've been doing more traditional stuff, I still love doing digital, but it feels so much like cheating that I don't do it that much. It's so much easier than doing traditional work. I've got to get a move on this. I'll have to have it done in about an hour at the latest. Okay, base coat's down. That was golden brown. That was the wrong brown. It's alright. I think earth brown is darker. Yeah. I don't think I'm quite going to make my deadline, though. This is actually supposed to be a gift for my aunt, and I wanted to have it done before she got home from work. If I stream games, I'm on the channel called, the name of it is Let's Play GE. I may start streaming on this channel, though. I'm not sure. I wanted to keep those separate because I export it to a different YouTube, but I'm not really doing much with that YouTube anymore, so I may stream on this channel if I play a game. But I don't really have that much time to play games anymore. I used to play all the time, and I have a medical problem, and that's why I am drawing and doing art instead of out working in a warehouse or something. So I got hurt, and it messed up some things, so I still try to do what I can, though. But doing art, pretty much with the video editing and stuff, it really takes up most of my time. I love drawing cartoons and comic books, but I think my favorite thing is probably dragons. I have always drawn dragons and angels and demons. That's just been the things that I work on the most for some reason. I've gotten to where I really like doing stuff with animals and ocean scenes and stuff like that as well, though. My main problem is I can't ever decide what I actually want to draw. There's so many things I like to draw, so... Well, I definitely missed my deadline now. Yep. Okay. I think that should look right. By the way, thanks for sticking around and chatting so much. I really enjoy it. It doesn't take much, actually. Just practice and you'll get it. I am still learning to do portraits. I'm really bad at hair so far, so uh, that's something I've been working on a lot, and I'm trying to get better at those because I've got a lot of people asking me to do portraits for them. But this is the third thing I've done with markers, the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine, and I just happen to have these laying over here. But that's some of my watercolor stuff. That's watercolor pencil. That's just a little demo. It's not actually not the actual stuff I usually do. These are some of the bookmarks that I've made though. And I think that I've lost my other one. It's over there somewhere. These are both watercolor pencil as well. And I've got 2 more lighthouses I have to do, and in total I have 19 more bookmarks I have to make, and then I have to start on my Halloween stuff at that time, so I have to get busy with that. It depends on what I'm doing. So for this is called B Papers Pen Sketchers, and it's made for Prismacolor markers, and it's really good for putting the marker down, but it does bleed through a little bit. If you don't want it to bleed through like that, I would say use this is watercolor paper, and the back side of it's made for markers. This side is made for, it's got a bigger texture, and it's made for the paint and stuff. But the back side of the watercolor pad is for marker, and I use mixed media for marker as well. Mainly though, I just use, if I'm just drawing something with pencil, I use sketch paper or drawing paper. And if I'm doing pastel, with pastel you really want something that's rougher, so I've got some pastel paper, but I have used mixed media paper for that up until recently. I have a whole bookcase full of different types of paper. Let's see here. I am definitely going to have to hurry up with this though. I'm getting really, really hot. It gets about 100 degrees up here if it's 70 degrees outside, so I'm from North Carolina. How about you? Thankfully, I believe her feet are going to look better than the Sun Conures. That's the one thing I did mess up on the Sun Conure. I love cold weather, and it usually is too hot up here for me to do anything without the air conditioner on. So I have a drone in air usually in any of my videos where I'm talking, and I am happy that it's getting a little bit chillier here. This is a charcoal pencil. I'm going to try this with I think I'm going to do it with the Prismacolor pencil instead. I just wanted to test this out a little bit. The charcoal definitely goes down better, but I'm scared that if I don't fix it afterwards, it won't stick. It just won't stay in place. Yes, I do. I have been playing music for 19 years now. I don't play in a band anymore. I used to play, I was a lead guitarist in a metal band. If you go to most of my pages, my name has got Solo in it or something like that. And that's because my nickname is Solo, where I played the solos in the band. They actually used to call me Solo the Blender because they said my hand was so fast when I played guitar that my hand looked like a blender. I always hated them calling me that, though. That worked out nicely. Go on down here with these as well. I like this because it's not that really bright white that you can't do something with if you want to go back over it. And here I've always hated colored pencils. I guess I should have given them a try with markers before. Now with his feet, or her feet, I am going to go back in and put in the solid white speckles with this. That was something that I always found weird with their feet, was they had these black and solid white speckles all over them. Okay. What time is it there in France? It's almost 11 o'clock in the morning here. Four p.m. I'm 5 hours behind you. I like alien stuff. Anything with aliens or dinosaurs, I love. I love like Godzilla movies, big monster type movies, action movies. I like horror movies as long as I have somebody to watch them with. And every now and then I like some sort of drama stuff. I like cop shows and stuff like that too. But I'm really into sci-fi and big monsters. I love Godzilla and like Men in Black and X-Files and stuff like that. Okay. Alright, I need... Okay. this is going to be green coming down here. Alright, and then this is also going to be green. I used to only watch stuff like martial arts movies and stuff, but I've not really been into them too much lately. I really like what is it? Like what's his name? Jean-Claude Van Damme. He's always been my favorite action star. So until he puts out good movies again, I don't really watch much of that. I haven't played Alien Isolation, but I have seen most of the movies. The first movie I liked a whole lot. The other movies I was not too pleased with. Okay, let's go for the darker. And I have never been a big fan of Star Wars. It's all right. I mean, I don't hate it or anything, but I've just never been that big of a fan of it. I was never into Star Trek either, really. Now, when I was little, I really liked Star Wars, but just I haven't seen any of the second trilogy that I know of, and I don't know that I actually seen all of the first trilogy, to be honest. They are some movies I would like to watch all of them, but I don't know that I could actually sit down and watch them all at one time. I've seen all of the Lord of the Rings and all of the Hobbit, actually, and I love those. I've always liked something where they're fighting with swords and stuff. Um, I grew up watching the Conan movies and stuff like that, or if they were doing martial arts and stuff. I don't have access to it. I don't actually have a any type of TV besides Netflix. I have an antenna in uh, my living room downstairs, but we don't get any type of the shows like that. Uh, we mainly get stuff like Bones and Arrow, The Flash. Uh, not too much of the bigger shows like that. I tend to watch everything I want to watch online anyway. I actually like the Hobbit trilogy a lot better than the Lord of the Rings. I know I love the Lord of the Rings, but when I watched the Hobbit trilogy, I liked it better because it had a dragon in it. I love dragons. Yeah, I've actually, let's see if I can get it out. I have drawn hundreds of dragons probably, but the only one I have on hand with me is one somebody asked me to draw for them. Hold on, let me move this stuff out of the way. There it is. Thank you. Alright, I'm almost done with her. I have to wait until that dries before I can put that down though. Let's see. It's alright, Tip. It's just a lawnmower. My dog heard that lawnmower and is looking around like, what in the world was that? I never did draw him. That's something good for me to draw, though. When I draw dragons, I tend to draw them straight from my imagination and not use any type of reference I've seen for any in movies or anything like that. But I've drawn all kind of dragons, just not him. I might have to do that though. That's a good idea. Alrighty. I think I am almost done. Okay. Alright. There we go. What do you think of it? I'm going to have these two setting like this on the wall. Thank you very much. I think I am going to have to go grab some lunch, and I will be back on tomorrow. I don't know what time though. Thank you very much for staying this time. Definitely. If you start drawing, send me some of your stuff. I'd love to see it. I can give you pointers or whatever, and I'm not the best person to learn from, but hey, all I've ever done to learn is watch other people draw. I love watching YouTube videos of people drawing, and that's pretty much where I've got all of my ideas from. If I can do it, anybody else can too. So, I think it actually turned out better than the Sun Conure because of the pencil I used. I love the way the tail feathers turned out too. Well, thank you very much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully see you tomorrow. If you have any requests for tomorrow, I really don't know what I'm going to do. It's probably going to be a cartoon. But if you have any requests, just go to one of those social links. I'll drop it on here again. Go to one of those and you can just leave me a request. Or I believe you can do a message on here as well. But I don't know if it tells me if I have one or not. So, but I will be back tomorrow. I have to go edit these videos now. I have 3 of them to edit, I believe. And they take about, if I do a stream, they take about 8 to 10 hours to edit because I have to cut out where I'm talking and stuff, and I just do where I have the just the artwork in it, and I time lapse it. So it's a little time consuming to do so, but anyway, I will be back tomorrow, and I'll see you later. And thank you again very much for staying so long.